boots on the ground, putting it down. Get up, get up. I got something to tell you. I don't think they want you to know, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Special researcher Mickey D. I host The Scoop. I want to thank you for joining me. It's a pleasure. It's an honor to be on your electronic device. Thank you very, very much, my friends. The Scoop is for your education, your entertainment, your information only. I'm not a stockbroker, not a money manager, not a financial advisor. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm an author. I put it in black and white so you'll have it for days, weeks, months, and years to come. You can go to Amazon.com. You can get the audiobook, paperback book, or the ebook, especially about what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about a little bit of cannabis, which is back in the news. Every couple years, guys, you know, we have an election in America. This is a midterm election, not a presidential election. And a lot of people come out and vote, and rules are made and laws are made, and whoever gets the most votes wins. That's the way elections go. We have what we call a cannabis election trade, which has done very, very well for us. It's been an outstanding trade. Just a couple years ago, Harvest Health and Rec, you guys remember we focused on Arizona because we said Arizona was going to go legal, and they did. And Harvest and Health and Rec got real big. It went up like over 300% or so. And we were rewarded, and it was bought out by another big company. TrueLeaf bought them out. So there's been some successful stories. You guys make money. This is a trade. It's not an investment, guys. And we keep it that way. You know, 200-300% in a bear market is a good take-home days, weeks, months work. Okay, let's not get greedy out there. I'll show you why I believe this cannabis sector, though, is potentially one of the better sectors out there right now, especially as we go through this bear market. Of course, it's a Fed day. Stocks are going to go up and down with what the Federal Reserve says. They said 3/4. You know, they may go a half or 3/4 next time. They're determined to get this thing under control, and that's what they're going to do. Friends, once again, this is not stock advice. This is our trade. This is what we do. We focus on these baby knockouts, which are small little companies, micro cap companies right now that have the ability to grow up and be big giant companies. They have that something special about them, that it factor about them, and we've been very, very successful ever since the .coms at picking these companies. And we've done it in cannabis before. You guys have made a whole lot of dinero up in when we were one of the first ones in America. We were original investors in some of these companies like Canopy, some of these companies like Aurora, some of these companies up in Canada. And remember, they were threatening to arrest us and shut our accounts down here in America because we were buying stocks up in Canada. You guys remember that? That was just a short, 5-6 years ago. And in fact, make money online with cannabis stocks. One of the stocks in here, and I'll tell you about it here in a second. One of those stocks, guys, ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to say I put it out there in the book, and I put it out there in a video series. It was the only stock that you ever needed. You guys, remember we had that, we all had that drink together when we had our first dividend of 25 cents on that stock? Well, I'll tell you about it here in a second, but it has outperformed Google, it's outperformed Netflix, it's outperformed Microsoft, it's outperformed Apple, it's outperformed Amazon here in the last 5 years since it's come out. I'll tell you more about it here in a second, guys. It's done exceptionally well. But let's take a look at it. Like I said, this is the cannabis election trade, which that trade for the first time is reserved for private students. My the Scoop team private students on the Scoop team there, they will get that trade. But if legislation goes through, you'll be able to get any cannabis stock, and it will roll, guys. Our other sectors, we are good with lithium. We are good with uranium, guys. It's a matter of time right now. The stocks are there. I've put them out. They're in the newsletter. You know, it's a slow trade. Just like I said, it's going to take a little while. The fundamentals are better than they've ever been before with a lot of these companies, a lot of these baby knockouts. Just stay the course, guys. But as we look at the potential legislation of cannabis and our Planet 13 doing very well, we'll take a little intermission here, guys, and I'm going to take a look at some old videos or something, just some old little 20 seconds or so, and I'll be back right with you, and we'll take a look at some of these stories that cannabis affected. We'll take a look at where the elections stand right now. We'll take a look at where the votes stand right now and what states will be improving and which ones won't. Hold on one second. Release numbers.
Hey,
Over 60,000.
it's Mickey D.
Hey.
Even Santa Claus knows who Mickey D is. Goddamn elf sent me down here to get some more pot. Now they smoked it all up on 420. They're going on strike. Why didn't you down here and get them some more pot?
I'm live though. Thank you. I have the pleasure of introducing you guys to Larry Scheffler. Mr. Larry Scheffler, he's co-CEO of Planet 13. Now, as you guys know, I talked to Bob a lot, talked to Larry. These guys are really killing it, right? It's good seeing you.
Good seeing you, man.
Yeah, it's been a little
good
while.
Seeing you in the Planet 13.
Yeah. It's been a while since we walked through here and we saw nothing here a while back, but now your vision has been fulfilled, man. And
well, this is our vision phase 2.
yeah, the pizzeria, and look at that. Look at
It literally just opened about 5 minutes ago.
5 minutes ago. We're taking a personal tour with the co-CEO here, you guys.
Everybody, it's Diana Prince, and I'm co-hosting today for best-selling author Mickey D, and this is The Scoop. Yeah, we're hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to interview Iron Mike.
Enough of that, ladies and gentlemen. The cannabis election trade here. The polling is out. This is one of the last polls we're looking at. Compliments of MJ Biz Daily Research here. As you can see here, Arkansas right now looks to be passing slightly, 50 to 43 in some of the latest polls. So, with the undecideds, there's still some room for error there. Maryland looks to be in good hands, 73%, 23%. Or so, 73% favor. It looks to be good. Missouri looks to be good. Now, these are two of the states that we're keying on for our cannabis, our trade. Our stock will do very well. It'll have the foundation here after Maryland and Missouri pass. South Dakota, it's a little too close to call right now. So it may be a little mixed this year. We may not have like in 2020 where we had like 5 different states, even Mississippi got it right on medical in 2020 with other states, big states like Arizona and New Jersey, they got it right. But we anticipate Maryland coming up in our favor and Missouri coming up in our favor this round. Ladies and gentlemen, as we look at the quarterly sales revenue for some of these companies. And I apologize. I'm having a little technical difficulty here. Sound is off, lighting is off. I'm not a lighting sounding. I just want to give you guys an idea here. Look at True Leaf, 35 million. Kushco Holdings, 35 million. 32 Curaleaf, MedMen, 29. You can see 20, 29, 20 for the companies. This was April of 2019. Now, when we bring that to current day here, you look at Curaleaf, you're looking at numbers like 337 million, 318 million, 254 million, 223 million. These are quarterly sales from operations, guys. So you have hundreds of millions for these cannabis companies that are valued really, really low. And when you look at other sectors that we cover, and we expect big things from uranium, we expect big things from lithium, but those companies right now are not making the type of money that the average cannabis company is making on a quarterly basis. So I know it's not apples and apples, guys. It's just something that we can't overlook, because several of you have made a grip on this cannabis sector. And when you see prices for, $2 $2, $1.50 for a company making $100 million a quarter. Right now, cannabis is well out of favor. There have been too many false starts, and Congress and the Senate, this is their last best chance, in my opinion. They agree on some bipartisan bill in there. I think they can make something happen, and in this lame duck session here, after the election, after we get a few more states on board, I think that may push them over the hump to where they're going to say, hey, let's do something, especially if the Republicans are going to take over. Everybody wants to go and say, hey, we did this, we were responsible for this, and they all can claim credit for it. We'll see. Remember I was telling you about a company that outperformed Apple, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Netflix? Who am I talking about? And Nina over at Benzing, a staff writer, she put this together. What a great piece here. I'm talking about IIPR, guys, Innovative Industrial Properties. Like I said before, we had a good time when we had our first dividend payment. We all, had a drink to it and all, and it was great. And I said, for millennials or for baby boomers, this is the only stock you will need. The only cannabis stock you will need is IIPR. My retirement play, guys, early on. There's several others. But as you can hear, here's the breakdown here. As of October 2017, and did I make my first, was it October, November, December, January of 2018? I don't know when it was. I made my first video on this, but it was when it came out because I had to get it in the book. It was in the book first, and then it came out, guys. There was one of the stocks. But look at Netflix. Netflix is up $200.01 to $295, 47% return. Google, you're looking at Google 83. So this is split adjusted, guys. Amazon, you're up 87% there. Microsoft, returns of 180%. Apple, returns of 283%. Innovative Industrial Properties, what's that say? Returns 438.7% for IIPR. The big winner, Innovative Industrial Properties, over the last 5 years or so, guys.
You can hear me. Let me tell you about IIPR, Innovative Industrial Properties, real quick. Now, they're a real estate investment trust. They're a REIT. They do those triple leases. They do those lease back deals. Real estate. Excuse me, that boring stuff, man. That real estate is just boring. But very, very effective.
Enough of that. Guys, one thing about this market, the Fed has spoken, stocks are going to react. It's going to turn into a stock picker's market. You're going to have to pick some good companies, guys, and companies that are making money, companies that are sound in whatever industry they are. And we focus on our lithium, our uranium. We've been focusing on cannabis in the past, which we're coming back to. What goes around comes around. You guys made a whole lot of money. We made boatloads of money on cannabis, and we anticipate doing well with cannabis again, especially, guys, if there's going to be some sort of legislation. We can work with that. These companies will do extremely well. They're wound up right now. They're ready to go to these banks and just boatloads of money and get really involved with this thing and get on the NASDAQ, get on the New York Stock Exchange. These companies are really, really ready. And I think they're going to do the right thing in the long run, just like some of the, tobacco companies, and they're going to go ahead and, pay dividends, and they're going to, really retire people and follow like IIPR. IIPR quarterly, it's a regular REIT, so it has to pay its money out. And some of these companies are making so much money, they can do even better than IIPR, Innovative Industrial Properties, which basically collects rents. But they do have a challenge here coming. I didn't tell you guys about MedMen. MedMen, once again, we've chronicled MedMen for a while. I should show some MedMen stuff of us being there, jostling with those guys. But once again, they don't want to pay rent. So they've got a landlord, is $1 million or so behind in rent. And they're saying, cannabis is not legal, so we don't have to pay rent. Keep an eye on that. We'll see how far that goes, how far that defense takes MedMen, which has been mismanaged for years and years. But anyway, love you guys. God bless you. You take care of you and your family. You guys have a wonderful rest of the trading week. Thank you, Bowickle, Squiley, Samuel, Mark, Roderick, you guys with the Ko-fi. If you want to support, guys, it's an easy way to support the channel. Just buy me some coffee with the Ko-fi. I'll have the link right there. And a cup of coffee, guys, won't hurt. I'll be up and about and just ready to rock and roll. But see, some of you guys are going to be broken off with this cannabis election trade. A lot of you are going to be broken off. And you get these stocks early, under a quarter, under 50 cents, under $1. You get these stocks and they rock and roll, guys. One of our, hold on one second. Let me grab something for you here. Hold on. This little book right here, Lithium Penny Stocks, Low Risk, High Reward Investing. This book right now has some lithium stocks, guys, that are taking off. Definitely get a copy of this. There are 10 baby knockouts in there right now. One was re-rated today. And we've been talking about the one in Arizona there for a while, guys. It's up to 50 cents. So we don't want these things to run away from us. They've got more lithium. They got a 2-mile stretch of lithium, guys. So we don't want these things to run away from us. I believe that Patriot Battery Metals, when we put that out at a quarter, 35, 50 cents, whatever, you got it at 75 cents. You could have got it at $1. It's up now. We don't want. There's several others in here that we want to get at definitely under $1, under a quarter or so. That's our little sweet spot, guys. Love you. God bless you. Take care of you and your family. Once again, keep an eye on the election. The states that we want to pass are Missouri and Maryland. Those are 2 states we're keying on with our cannabis baby knockout in the trade. Our horse in this race, guys. Love you. Take care of yourself.